Vegans are visionaries. Why is that so? Because a visionary is anyone who can see beyond where we are into a future that is inevitable. So a visionary is somebody who is able to foresee something that is inevitable and then aligns themselves in a way that helps to bring this thing that is happening anyways to come around quicker, or just like plays a part in it. So they align themselves with the type of the understanding that they're working with, so that they are the change that they wish to see in the world. It's all about thinking outside of the box, the current paradigm, and examining what we believe to make sure that we're not assuming something to be true when it quite simply is not. This is also what is known as a first principles way of looking at the world, where science, logic, and reason take precedence over preference, tradition, or any kind of societal norms. It is the job of our governments to steer our society in a direction which is sustainable and serves the interests of the people as a whole. But because the agriculture business is worth so many billions or trillions of dollars, corporations that profit from animal agriculture and just like commercial farming in general, they use the money that they make to influence politicians and who control legislature, which allows certain practices that ignore conducting business along the lines of what we know to be correct to continue. And so we have this sort of a scenario where all that we can do is take a stand as individuals who do not agree with the way that things are done, promote these ideas, and create new systems that will replace the old system as it crumbles under its own weight. So it's not a matter of fighting so much as it is a matter of embracing something different, something new. And we see this happening all over the place. It's nothing new, and it's important because we are a species that isn't evolving. It's happening anyways. So what I say sometimes is don't be on the wrong side of history. Don't be opposed to something that is, if you actually look into it, it is clearly the direction that we're going. And it makes perfect sense for every reason to stop doing certain things in a certain way. That things have to be done, with the environment and sustainability, and with compassion for all and everything in balance. And it's important because you can't stop progress. So it's you might as well, you might as well align with it. We are moving in the direction of awareness. We're not moving towards ignorance or immaturity or more arrogance, or just not caring less about the things that are the most important. It's inevitable that that the way that we've been treating the earth and treating the other animals and all that kind of stuff, it isn't going to continue forever. It doesn't make any sense. It's not sustainable. And the way that things are going, the system will collapse all on its own. It's in the nature of things that are not built on a solid foundation to fall apart. And the truth always comes out. They say there's no power in a lie. For example, if you think about science, the science that is behind a lot of the inventions and devices that we use on a daily basis, they work because they're based on certain truths. If you think about things like airplanes and engines and electricity, it's they work because they're based on certain truths. And so the same thing goes with how we govern our society, and the things that we do as a society, how we treat the world, how we treat the other animals, how we treat the earth, how we treat the land, and stuff like that, what we take into account, and if we keep ourselves accountable to all of those types of things. And so another thing too is that, like, vegans, I would say, are revolutionaries. And so there's this thing, I mean, I remember a long time ago, there was this rapper, Immortal Technique, and he made this song called Beef and Broccoli, where he says something like, you know, there's nothing revolutionary about being a vegan or a vegetarian. That's a dietary choice. And it's just like, you know, if you look up the definition of what a revolutionary is, it is the very first definition is involved or causing a complete or drastic change. Like, that is specifically what veganism is geared towards, because as soon as we stop the production, that, like, the animal agriculture, and then having to, like, cut down rainforests in order to grow soy and provide, like, grazing land for animals and stuff like that, it's going to change everything. Like, the amount of water that it takes to produce meat and stuff like that, and just all of the resources that go into this stuff, when that stuff stops, it's going to change everything. And I think that is a part of why it's sort of being held back or delayed, of course, because there's a lot of money for people to make, but also when those, you know, once that, it is something that is going to change absolutely everything when say companies are held accountable for the devastation that they are causing on the planet, and when our governments actually say, hey, yeah, you know, this can't continue like this anymore because it's poisoning our waters and it's poisoning our air, and we can't keep cutting down rainforests and on and on and on, and feeding these animals all this stuff, and it's contributing to global warming and on and on. So yeah, I would easily argue that vegans are both visionaries and revolutionaries. And so yeah, it's a pretty special place to be on that leading edge, to see beyond the current paradigm, and, you know, and to be a part of this thing, to be a part of this movement that is growing constantly, and watching it get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's all about love and respect and honoring and taking care of each other and having compassion. I mean, how could a movement that is based on that fail? That's like the name of the game. So yeah, pretty cool. It's awesome to be alive, awesome to be here in 2025. And yeah, like and subscribe. I was trying to rhyme. Anyways, take care.